Warrior, I want to share with you. I am so proud of our youth, our young people, and I want you to join me. But first, let's do a little housekeeping. Please make sure you are subscribed to our Warriors channel. It is very important. Come on now, help us out. It's free and it helps us with the algorithms. So I'm urging you, I'm begging you kind of also. I want to get all of our Warriors information out into the public. That is the number one thing missing with all of this exploitation, with all of these tech updates, with all of these take actions, resources, what you need to know, especially in back to school time. Let's start fresh and let's get with it. So please subscribe to Lynn's Warriors and help us get on that super highway on YouTube. If we gain one more person each and every day, we've done our Warriors job, and you can help us with that. But I woke up today to a story that is kind of music to my ears. I know that sounds odd, where we now have reports of, and we are working the Warriors with a lot of young people, where a generation, the Gen X generation, yes, are pushing back against all of this big tech. When we speak to them, they will say to us, this was thrown at us and we didn't know. We grew up in this digital bubble, right? We thought it was cool. We thought, it's the way to be. Now they're a little bit older, a lot of them in their mid 20s, and they're like, hey, wait a minute. This has totally absorbed us, taken over our lives, is causing us mental health problems, is causing us, competition. There's bullying. There's so much, and they're realizing, a lot of them, that what they see online is fake, and they're understanding the predators are on there. So it's a good start. Not that, a lot of work has to be done, and a lot of raising awareness, and a lot of talking about this, a lot of videos, a lot of everything in the schools. But for now, there are some great young people that are pushing back and saying, hey, we've had enough. We're coming together. So let me tell you this story I woke up to that I find interesting. So the Warriors, we've talked about Mark Zuckerberg and his his Meta glasses that he has he formed a collaboration with Ray-Ban, right? And they look just like Ray-Ban sunglasses. Yet they're a recording device. They're Bluetooth enabled. They have Wi-Fi, which means you have no control over your privacy just walking down a street. I know, we're the most surveilled, living in the most surveilled country perhaps right now in America, but this takes it a step further. You don't know what's going on behind those sunglasses. You don't know. Just walking down the street from the back, you're being recorded. And then that is so creepy. And then that is shared, put on different sites. We don't know. But I found this article and I think it's very interesting. And it's called The Next Generation of Smart Glasses. And that as these AI and camera enabled glasses become more common in public places, the young people are pushing back because they're saying this is an incredible, frightening invasion of privacy. And that's what we're hearing also at the Warriors. So TikTok right now, and that's the one platform, the Warriors, I never went on. And I kind of never went on it on purpose, even though I know it's the number one platform. I could probably reach more and more people. I just always knew from the beginning China connections, but then who knows about any of the other platforms and the connections, if you know what I mean. But I just never went on TikTok. But that's where our young people are, right? So a young woman shared a video earlier this month in August where she went to one of these European wax centers, that chain that's all around the country. She went to one in New York. And she said that the esthetician was wearing these Meta Ray-Bans that I just told you about, equipped with the camera. And she said that she noticed them. And the esthetician said, well, the batteries weren't charged. And she said that she wasn't sure. She wasn't really believing it. She was very uncomfortable. After all, she's there getting waxed. So that post became very popular on TikTok. And then others began weighing in, saying, like I'm telling you, we don't know when we're being recorded. It's an incredible, unsettling feeling, an invasion of privacy. So a lot of other girls started speaking up and just talking about what's going on. They want to know why. One young woman asked in a TikTok video with 10 million views about what goes on with all these Meta Ray-Ban sunglasses. 10 million views, okay? So these so-called smart glasses, Google Glass, remember they came about a long time ago. I remember The article says 10 years ago. I kind of remember somewhere in that period, and they didn't work. They didn't take off these big, huge things. And then a couple of years ago, they came back again. I want to say like 3, 4 years ago, maybe during that C period, COVID. I don't like to talk about. Didn't really take off. And now they're here, but they're scaled back. They're reduced. And I remember hearing a few years ago when the still very large glasses that Mark Zuckerberg was going to work on kind of this pared down, looking like regular glasses, and here it is. But look, some of the people have used them, especially young people, to do restaurant reviews, movie reviews, things like that. But I'm so happy a lot of the young people are pushing back. We've got our alpha generation. Remember, those are the kids born in 2010 to now. So they're like 15 at the high end. But then we have the Gen X, right? So that's like 30 to 15 or somewhere in there. These are the ones we're working with at the Warriors who are pushing back and talking about a lot of this. But as far as the sales, this is what I'm interested in for these Meta Ray-Bans. They're projected to hit 4 million units by the end of this year, 2025. Wow. But you know what? Gen Z, the article points it out, and I'm so happy because we've known this from our boots on the ground work and a couple of very scarce studies, but the media didn't want to cover it. And so Meta Ray-Bans have plenty of fans, with 74% of mentions across social media so far in August being positive or neutral. You know, and I know, influencers, they get people behind campaigns, they pay people, they give them goods. So we can't count that that's the public, the average public. But what I want to say is there's another girl who put a tutorial. Oh my goodness. I told you about the 10 million views, but here's the flip side of that. Now we have men posting videos. It's supposed to have this little light on. And you're supposed to, I guess when you're walking, you can see there's a little blue light on the side of it. And then you know you're being recorded. But what are you supposed to do if it's a stranger? Go up to them, start something? I mean, it's very frightening. It's dangerous. But now men are showing up on TikTok with tutorials that are getting upwards of 1 million hits, explaining how to cover up that light, how to not trigger the sensors, all kinds of loopholes. So you know with anything, there's a positive and a negative. With this, I can't think of the positive really because it's secretly recording. But now we have this, how to circumvent. They always figure out these predators, these criminals, these creeps, how to get around something. So Gen Z grew up, as the article points out, with more explicit conversations about consent, especially in sexual situations and otherwise. And now they're understanding that as they've navigated in this world, it really took a lot away from them. And we'll see where all of this goes. But a lot of kids are going to think it's cool. A lot of people are going to think it's cool. You're wearing these, you're recording. I even heard eventually, let me remember what I heard, that we won't even have a phone. It'll be just a piece of glass and our minds will just direct it. I don't think that's far-fetched. I don't think it's far off. Why, after all, we are slated within 5 years to live in this realm of singularity, meaning one with a bot, one with ourselves, one with isolation. We have to fight against this, especially for our kids, our future American adults and leaders, right? Because they have been put through the ringers, so much going on in the last, I feel like, 5 years. But I really feel like, let me leave you with this, in the last few months, our work here in New York State, New York City, as well as around the country and in Washington, D.C., things are speeding up. And I know it's not me thinking this because I talk to a lot of people and they feel the exact same way. And these are indeed scary times, but we have to stick together. We have to know what's going on. We have to educate each other. And if you have children or grandchildren, you need to talk to them. You need to make them aware that wearing a pair of cool-looking Ferris Bueller Ray-Ban sunglasses, I date myself with the Ferris Bueller reference, to record is not cool. It's an invasion of privacy. And would they want somebody invading them, perhaps even in a private moment? I don't think so. So make it relatable, not judgmental. Make it an educational discussion, but just start with talking about it. And let us come together as we're at the beginning of the school year. A lot of schools have started already. Let us keep our children in our prayers and our thoughts, to empower them, to engage them, and to educate them about these issues, because the digital world, AI, artificial intelligence, it is here to stay. And on that note, there is plenty of good artificial intelligence that can root out online predators, help in various educational empowerment as an empowerment resource. We think at the Warriors that no child should use AI until they are 18. We started thinking about this yesterday. That should be a tool for your 18 plus. How are we going to do that? We'll keep you posted, because we'll be working on it, and we want you to join us. Anytime you hear a take action, help us out. We need you. So right now, Congress is reconvening next week. We are going to have new initiatives for the Kids Online Safety Act, KOSA, K-O-S-A. You've been hearing about it from me for, close to 3 years now. Guardrails, holding big tech accountable to make changes. Not the parent, not the child, big tech. I think you'll be with me on this one. So join us. And as we sit upon a holiday weekend, Labor Day weekend coming, I wish all of you a wonderful, happy, and healthy weekend. Spend it with family, spend it with a book, have a little downtime, turn off devices for a while, and be with each other. That's it, Warriors. Please honor our hashtag Community Creates Change. And when you wake up each and every day, go out and be a warrior.